back on Posted Up podcast, and we have a special guest, man. One of the most high-flying individuals we have in this game right here, Orlando Magic forward, AG, Aaron Gordon.
Sir.
Thanks for having, man. Thanks
Appreciate
for coming on, man.
Yeah, no problem.
No, it's all good,
no
man. I'll get to the questions later. I'll get to interrogation later. But first, man, what's spotting my eye right now is these shoes, man. These kicks, man. The Chucks, man. I'm looking at how you tying them. And, you're from the West Coast. So you know style, and you know how impactful these shoes are on our side, man.
These are like, this is a staple right
That
here.
is a staple, man.
Converse, low top, high top, the All-Stars, these are a staple right here. And Jerry Lorenzo, shout out, he been going crazy too. These fear guys right here.
Those are clean. The two-tone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like a kind of cream, like off-white.
Man.
You got it wrapped around, got the leather and the inside. So Jerry Lorenzo's been going crazy with the shoes lately.
That's man, you can't go wrong with those, man. I got the icy whites myself, AG. The N1, man, the Air Force Ones, man, classic. But those were the first classes right there, man.
Yeah,
Chucks, the con, man.
Yeah.
So you got a little style, AG.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a mix between the Bay Area and LA. So that's where I split my time.
No, that's what's up. And people know you're from the Bay.
Yeah.
You rep the Bay, man.
Yes.
What do you think about? It's not pertaining to your team. What do you think about the Golden State Warriors moving over to San Francisco?
Man, I feel like Oakland's losing a lot of teams.
Yeah, man.
Losing a lot of teams. And it's too bad, because I grew up going to the Oracle games and watching those games in there.
Who was on those teams back then?
Man, when I was watching it, it was like, I guess Barron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also the
We Believe team.
Team.
That's kind of, and then I guess Monte. Monte was doing his thing there for a second. But yeah, I mean San Francisco's about to be cracking.
Yeah, yeah. I just feel AG. I feel sorry for the because when the Warriors were bad, the place was still sold out.
Yeah,
and it was sold out with a lot of people from Oakland.
Right. And
I feel bad because I don't know if the Oakland fans are going to travel out there, even though it's just across the bridge.
Tickets are so expensive.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Anyways, man, like
how much were tickets back in that We Believe?
Oh yeah, it was like nothing, bro. Like $12 or something like that.
$12 ticket, boy.
You can get something like that. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't even seem like the crowd is filled with diehard.
Right now,
fans.
now.
It doesn't seem like that. You know what I mean? They just seem like generic fans.
Yeah. It's the new, the new bandwagon jumpers. And
that's what happens, man. Like I'm seeing Warriors jerseys all over the place. I mean, they're the champs. They're the champs. But like, for me to see Warriors jerseys in Florida, bro, that would never happen 5 years ago, 6 years ago. But they're the champs, man. They make the waves.
Yeah, they came a long way.
Yes.
AG, I've always been meaning to talk to you, man. I feel like I know you gotten over it, but I still haven't gotten over what happened a couple years ago in Toronto, man. I still ain't gotten over that, man. I feel like, man, look, man, that was one of the, we can talk about Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins going at it in the dunk contest in the 80s. Classics.
Yeah.
That was a classic from, I was there, but what you and Zach LaVine were doing, this is my thing, Aaron. I want to know what you think. When it kept going, I guess it was like an overtime, and you guys just kept going going.
It's weak.
I was like, stop it.
Weak,
Stop it. Like, let it go. End it now.
Oh my gosh, it's so weak.
What part was weak, AG?
I signed up for 4 dunks, man.
Yeah, and you ended up doing how many?
6. I was dipping into my bag for the next year, you know what I mean? And it came out with the weak sauce next year, bro. I was dipping in too far into my bag, man.
But it was classic. Like, every dunk was something we've never seen before.
Yeah.
I felt like they should have just ended it. Like, end it, co-winners. Let's find out let's wait till next year for the next one. To ask somebody just to keep going and going and going. I felt they should have started. Like, was that, I don't know if you took it seriously. I never talked to you about it, but how was that experience after the fact?
Oh man, it was after the fact, it was euphoric, man. Cause I went into the dunk contest like I knew Zach. All his 8s were gonna be 9s, and all his 9s were gonna be 10s. You know, I knew that was gonna happen. And
is that because of just
sorry about that.
You fine? That's because the little guys, they get judged. They get judged more.
No, he just had the hype.
Okay, just the hype going into
the hype. Yeah, the hype. Yeah,
and I have to admit,
hype.
when your agent Calvin Andrews, that's my guy.
Yeah.
When he told me you were entering, I actually broke the story on who was entering the dunk contest. I don't know if you know that, AJ. I actually broke that. I didn't, I ain't gonna say who I got it from, but whatever. I'm probably giving away too much anyway.
Yeah, no, keep your sources. Keep your sources.
But when Calvin, when I got word that you were going in, I was like, you know what, man, I don't know. You're 6'7", 6'8". At that time, this was before Drummond went in. I'm like, I don't know if they go give a big man.
Right.
So I felt. You had that against you, and then you put on a show. Yeah. Like, it was, using the mascot, man, and the way you guys were doing, you were doing it on your first try. And so but get back to what you were saying after that experience of completing that. What was it like for you in the aftermath?
It was cool as hell. You know what I mean? It was like a lifelong dream, like as a kid. You dunk on like the 7'5" hoops. Yeah. On the 8-foot hoops. You go, you dunking on all your friends. You have dunk contests or whatever at the park or whatever.
I know about that, not later, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So it was just like, it was like an accumulation of like a lifelong dream, watching people like, MJ and Andre Iguodala, Jason Richardson, Gerald Green, T. Ross, one of those, just like watching all like Nate Robinson, Dwight, watching all the dope dudes dunk and being like, man, I can do that. I can do that. And then going out there and letting it go, like the result wasn't what I wanted it to be. I thought I won, but after like I was with my whole family, and it was so dope, man. It was so dope. We were all eating just like dinner in the hotel lobby after the dunk contest, and behind me was a projection screen. Like it was probably like 30 feet big, and they was just rerunning my dunk over and over and over while we're just eating food in the hotel lobby.
Up,
you know what I mean? So it was like, dang, I just did something special. We did something special, So
did that seeing that and being with your family, did that make you feel better about the night? Obviously, you didn't win. You felt you should have won, but then you got these video highlights being shown of you in front of your family. Did that?
I was cooling, bro.
You was cooling, man.
I was cooling.
I took it harder.
Everybody took it harder than I did.
I was pissed, man.
Everybody was mad.
I was pissed, cause I'm not gonna say I thought Zach should have won. Or I'm not gonna say I thought you should have won. I thought after a certain time, stop it, cause they would have kept putting you guys out there.
Right.
Like if you match scores, go do it again. I'm like, hold on, man. You can't practice that many dunks.
No,
what
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't about to be there all night, man. And even the last dunk I did, it was I call it the double-double, where you touch the back of your neck and then you bring it back down and dunk. So it's like two different dunks. That's a 50, and they didn't give it the 50. So, it's yeah, I'm just that's that's it. I can't say too much.
Yeah, I understand. I ain't trying to bring it hard for it, but I was just I was pissed, and then I had to walk outside, and it was free.
Oh, it was cold.
That was the worst.
Cold.
I've never experienced anything like that, AJ.
Oh, that was like the coldest I've ever been. It was like negative 27 degrees or something like that.
It was ridiculous. I love Toronto, but I love it in the summertime.
Summertime, nice. Yeah.
Golly, man. So you recently told my colleague Vince Goodwill, probably a month ago or so, that you're not doing the dunk contest this year.
Yeah, not this year.
Why is that, AJ?
Man, I'm just trying to focus on being a complete player, trying to focus on getting to the playoffs, and maybe enjoy my All-Star.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? I do enjoy the All-Star when I'm in the competition, but it's a lot of run around. A little too much run around for me. I don't really get to rest all that much, but I'll probably do it next year.
Just all the interview sessions that you got to probably go through, and I don't know, you probably got some sponsorship deals and things that.
Oh man, it's loaded. It's loaded. There's so much you got to do, and it's all good stuff. It's all publicity and it's all good stuff, but it's too much.
Yeah,
it's too much. I would rather, do it like old school, like where. The dunk contest is starting, and 15 minutes before the dunk contest, I go sign my name up. Like, okay, I'm in here with my Chuck Taylors and wipe my kicks off. Like, all right, we ready to dunk?
Like
we doing
that,
this? Oh, that'd be way better.
But you gotta be in the All-Star town though.
In the town?
Yeah, you gotta be there.
Yeah. I don't know where I'm gonna be. All-Star, man. I would be somewhere on the beach, somewhere maybe at the crib.
No, you deserve it.
You know what I mean?
You deserve it.
Especially if I'm not gonna be in the All-Star game. We just got to keep fighting. The biggest thing for me right now is the playoffs. All the other like antics.
Yeah.
I don't really need that right now.
I get you.
But it's in Chicago next year.
Yes, it is.
That's love.
That's love. Why is that love?
I like the big cities. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Big markets.
Okay.
It's big market. That's better.
So are you saying this exclusively on the Posted Up podcast that Aaron Gordon is going to submit his name to participate in the dunk contest in Chicago?
Yeah, I'll be in the dunk contest in Chicago. Yeah,
breaking news right here.
I'll be in the dunk contest in Chicago.
I appreciate that, man. Breaking news.
Sure.
I'll take that, man. When you think about the history of the dunkers, and most of them, I wouldn't say most, but there are a lot of dunkers who that's all they're known for.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they're known for. And I looked at your career. How you came in, like, I think people probably labeled you as a power forward, and this is coming in, and like you kind of expanded your game, and you're shooting threes now. Like, where are you at? Like, would you define? Can you define a position for you, or you feel like you're just a basketball player?
I'm still just a basketball player, man. Like I said, I play the 1, I play the 2, I play the 3, I play the 4, I play the 5, and I'm a guard that position. And I'm gonna make it difficult, and I'm gonna work out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I know that.
I'm gonna do that, and I think that's the way the game is going. That's the way the game is going, where it's just gonna be all guys 6'9" and up, playing the 1 through 5.
Yeah. Were you growing up? Were you taught? Because I remember I'm 36, so when I was brought up, believe it or not, they had me in the post. So it was like you had your guards over there in the post, and now it seems like everybody is getting taught guard drills. And what was it like for you coming up?
Yeah, I played point guard.
So you were point guard.
Yeah, pretty much my whole life up until college, I played point guard. Like I was bigger, so like I was getting buckets on the block, but I played point guard a lot.
Point guard.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I played a lot of point guard growing up. And I got to college and just switched to the small forward, because the college that I had a good point guard.
Yeah.
TJ McConnell. TJ McConnell.
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah,
he's okay.
Oh, for college and for the league, man. He's straight, bro.
No, TJ's okay.
He's straight. He's a dog, man. He's a dog. So, I played a lot of point guard growing up. And that's where my ball handling comes from, my passing ability. And I'm looking forward to doing that in the future. It's expanding that.
You do a lot, and what's being done a lot now. I talked about, I asked my other podcast guests about this too. Is the increase in uptick in threes that everybody is shooting.
Yeah,
and sometimes I'll be like, man, like this guy don't need to be shooting it. Like let's stick to his strengths over there. But that's a shot that you developed, and they got confidence that you can hit that on a regular basis. How do you feel about just the uptick in threes that's going on in the NBA right now?
Yeah, well, Steph changed the game first and foremost. He was nailing threes at such a crazy rate that people were just seeing it more effective. It's a numbers thing, right? Mm-hmm. And if you can shoot threes at a high enough efficiency, then it's better than twos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. So people are encouraging more threes. Now you got Houston now where you're only shooting layups or threes and that's it. They not doing too hot this year, but You know, I've always learned that you live by the three and you die by the three.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you're not hitting threes and that's all you do, you're done.
That's it.
You know, you're done. So you got to have other parts of your game. You got to have mid-range. You got to have a driving game. You got back to the basket game. But these days, everything is set up by knocking down the three.
And, like, one of my pet peeves of what I'm seeing, like, I get Steph and Clay. Like, if they want to, on 2-on-1 breaks, 3-on-2, stop and pull the three. And but you got a lot of players doing that.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, hold on. I get, obviously, if you can hit the three at a high clip, those points are worth more than.
Right.
But still, get your easy twos on the breaks and transition. Like, when do you pick and choose if you're going to go, shoot a three when you got numbers on the break, opposed to going to the bucket?
I think it's if it's a 4-on-3.
Okay.
That's probably when I'll stop and pop.
Okay.
If it's 3-on-3, and then I'm dribbling down, there's still one or two guys trailing back, and then I'll just step right into a three if no one picks me up. Because then you got people that are they're the offensive rebound.
Mm-hmm. The trailers coming off.
Yeah, exactly. You got the guys already down there that can offensive rebound for you. So it's not too bad of a shot. And then if you're open, like there's not a lot of times you get open looks.
Yeah.
Anymore. You know what I mean?
I understand.
So you gotta take the ones that you get. Plus, to keep you in a rhythm.
Yeah, I get that. I'm just adjusting. It's just a new game. It's a new game.
And Brook Lopez is.
Oh my goodness, where did this come from, man?
Flamethrower.
Where does this come from, man?
He's flamethrower, bro.
How can you go from I believe it was he shot 15 threes the first, I don't know, 7-8 years of his career.
Something like that.
And now he's just stroking it.
He coming down off of pin downs and curls and stuff. Oh man,
it's not it's not just spot up threes.
No, look at him, so crazy. Like, did you really just make that? Oh man, you should step backs and stuff.
That's crazy.
It's gonna get better and better, man. People are gonna. I mean, the game is always evolving. That's the great thing about basketball.
Yeah, I was arguing with a friend. I'm not gonna mention his name, but. He was talking to me about the best scorers in the league, and he was like, and we happened to be talking about Steph and KD, and he was like, well, if you look at Steph, he's averaging more, and he's always averaging more, and I'm like, okay, that's your argument, and so let me get your opinion. You don't have to be pertaining to those two, but Steph averages a lot more because of those threes, and I was trying to argue with him is that if we're talking about score. I'm viewing it as all around, what can you do? Can you shoot the three? Can you go in the post? Do you have a mid-range? Can you penetrate one? That's how how do you view a pure scorer?
That's how I view it.
Okay, but I'll put you on the spot. Right now, James Harden's having a hell of a year. Steph is up there. Kevin Durant, LeBron, whatever. Kawhi. Who's the best scorer in the league right now?
It's definitely James.
Why is that? Because, but go ahead, but why is that?
His ability to get to the free throw line, man, that's a mark of a good scorer, too.
Okay.
If you could live at the free throw line, that's the best shot in the game. Better than threes, better than layups.
Okay.
The free throw line. So he just be getting to the line all the time. All the time. That's a mark of a good scorer, man, because he's playing the game, man. He's using the referees.
Yeah.
He's playing with those three other guys out there. And then he's a problem, bro. He's a problem. He's stepping back and knocking down the three at a crazy clip. His stop and go is one of the best we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
His ability to change pace. And also he has the ball in his hands.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time. So, he if you have the ball in your hands all the time, you're going to get busy. So he's the best scorer right now.
All right, now
sure.
you mentioned one of his expertise you mentioned in his game is that he got that step back.
Yeah.
Now, some people say he steps back too much.
Yeah.
and some people, say it's the travel. What is it? What is it? It's most of course, everybody travels from time to time, but that step back that he pulls off, is it travel most of the time or is good most of the time?
That's good.
It's good, huh?
Yeah, I'm an advocate of it, man. I'm an advocate. Look, as long as you keep your hand on top of the ball and you're not palming the ball, because that's the difference.
Yeah.
Some people there's a lot of people that'll back you down and they'll palm the ball and then dribble
then put
again.
It back down.
Yeah,
that's double dribble. Yeah.
Right.
Or it should be called.
But they don't call it. Yeah. But if you keep your hand on top of the ball, you can step back as many times as you want. You look like Fred Flintstone when he winded up to go bowling like that. and then just take one more step back and shoot
Oh,
it.
man, take another step back. After all that.
Yeah, after all that, and then take one more step back and then shoot it. Once you put that second hand on it, you get 1-2 steps.
Man.
So I mean, he's working the game, man. He's working the game.
Yeah, he's working it. He's working it all right. So James Harden, I'll put him up the best scorer. That's fine. Is it just this year, or has it been like that for?
Yeah, it's just this year.
All right,
it's just this year.
Fluctuate. Well, so with you in Orlando, obviously, it's been a while since you guys had postseason success, and what does it mean to you? You've been there your whole career. What would it mean to you to get that team back up to that level?
It would just be huge because we know when we do get there, it's something that's sustainable. We've had this drought for so long that when we get there, we know there's a reason that we're there. It's not some just like fluke thing. So we'll get there, and that's the best games to play in. Now I haven't even played. It's been 5 years.
Yeah,
haven't even played in the playoff game yet, but. Everyone said, that's the best time in NBA basketball. Brightest lights. Biggest game, most pressure, everything is magnified. That sounds like a blessing to me, man.
No, and the thing, and what I think what the mass of NBA fans haven't been able to see, obviously, is see you in prime time. Because the things you be doing, like people think like, there are people who are just slam dunk participants, but you do that stuff in games,
right?
Like when do you? How do you? And to be able to see that in postseason, I think that'll give everybody a thrill. But when do you know? Like
the time is coming, man. The time is coming.
How soon? How soon, AG? When, man?
I can't put a time frame on it. Can't put a time frame on it. Be either selling myself short or making it too long. So it's not really about the date. It's more about like. When we're ready, we're ready. You know what I mean? And then we're going to be ready.
Do you know I know you ain't going to tell me, but do you feel like you'll know before it happens if you're ready?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's just the level of consistency that we need. We have the ability to play with anybody on any given night and beat anybody on any given night. It's just the level of if we're going to bring it and that consistency that we need, especially to beat somebody in a series.
Yeah. I mean, you guys, and that's so take me on your team gets a steal. You're up ahead. When do you know? Do you know before you get that ball that you're gonna try to do something crazy? Like, because you'll do something off the glass. You'll do something crazy, and those usually aren't game dunks, but you're doing those type of things in the contest. Do you know ahead of time if you're about to do something crazy?
Yeah, probably, it depends on how much time I have. When I get the ball, like if I see anybody behind me, really, I'm just trying to get these 2 points. Like I said, these days, I'm trying to get these 2 points to get back on defense. But if I have a lot of time, I'll do a windmill or 360 pump or something like that.
Have you ever missed one of those dunks in the NBA?
Man, in the NBA.
In the game?
No, I've never missed like a Showtime dunk in the NBA.
Okay, so you haven't had the experience. What would happen if you did miss that dunk?
I mean, everybody would go, ooh, get on Shaq then, and then that'd be it. Keep it moving.
Yeah. Well, I know last year you were going through, let me see, what was it? Like before the All-Star break, you were dealing with some nagging injuries, and we didn't know if you were going to compete at that time in that dunk contest. And you talked about you want to be available for your team and get better. You don't want to deal with all the off-the-court stuff that All-Star Weekend presents. Can you take us behind the scenes of before All-Star Weekend hits, like when you are participating in the dunk contest, how much prep does it take to, get yourself ready?
Yeah, it takes a little bit of prep. You don't want to go out there and blow it. Like in New Orleans, like I blew it, bro. That was the year after. Like,
the year after, yeah.
Like that was terrible, bro. Like that was off prep.
Because you were battling injuries that year, right? Yeah, that's the year I was talking about.
It's hard, man. You get deep in the season in February, and you got some nagging injuries, so that was rough. I was jumping.
Yeah,
that was rough, bro. That was rough.
No, I remember that because I was like, man, he should have been. Because I knew.
Right, and that's what I knew. Like when I was out there, I was like, man, I shouldn't even be here right now, But that's you got to charge it to the game. You know what I mean?
No, I understand.
But I was super excited to come do the LA one, and then Yeah, the one in LA, because, I was back in Cali.
Yeah.
I'd have been great. The family would have been able to see me. That was really the one that I thought was going to be like another one like Toronto. But I think a couple of games before All-Star, I was just sliding on defense. I took a shoulder to the gut, and it just it shocked my whole leg. And I was out after that. But it takes a little bit of prep, man. You want to come out there and you want to be able to put on a good show.
Well, so when you're talking about putting on a good show, LeBron James over there went Showtime with LA. What was your thoughts when he left the East? What was your initial thought?
That's a smart man.
Why is he a smart man, AJ?
That's he on his decline, which is crazy to say, even though he's putting up the numbers that he's putting up. But it's just a good business move, for even somebody so talented like LeBron. Even he knows one day that the ball's going to stop bouncing. And even though he's made enough money for a couple of lifetimes with basketball, he got more money to make.
Yeah.
And he gives great generosity with his abundance. So he gets a lot and he gives a lot. And he seems like he has a lot of passions that have to do with the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
And there's no better place to do that than LA. So it was a great look for him, man. It was a good look.
I was wondering what you thought because, most of the players in the East, they're like, okay, good. Now we gotta
get them out of here, man. Dang.
There's a window there.
For me, it's not like that, man. I always want to play against the best players, so I'd rather him, stay so we could play. But for him, it was a good decision.
Athletically, right now, you're in your 5th year. I'm on a minor scale. I felt like when I was 26, 27, that was like the prime. Like I felt like I was jumping the highest I could.
Okay.
But I didn't play. I wasn't playing an 82-game season and training year round.
Right.
Where do you feel like you were at physically compared to when you first came in as a fresh, young chicken?
Yeah, right. Spring chicken.
Young chicken.
Spring chicken.
Spring chicken. Thank you, AG. I'm the journalist over here.
Yeah. I guess the difference is like the time it takes to warm up.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
You got to stretch and everything.
Yeah, you got to do all that now these days. I got to stretch. I got do like soft tissue work, band work, get everything activated. When I was like coming in, I got drafted 18. And I would roll out of my sleep, do through the legs down like windmill or something like that. You know what I mean? So I still probably do it. It just hurt me. Hurt a little bit more on the way down. I'd be feeling it the next day.
I understand. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it right now. Yeah.
Exactly.
So what's you think about Orlando and they started off with a little bit of a rich history early on. Back in the Shaquille O'Neal days, Penny Hardaway days, and Shaq ended up leaving for LA. What is it going to take? How do players view Orlando? That's what I want to ask. Like, how do players view Orlando when you're talking about? There's a lot of small markets out there where they have a hard time keeping their players once free agents, and they have a hard time, luring their free agents. Do you feel like you have a role, like as one of the mainstay guys there, to show players, talk to players about how attractive Orlando is, and
Yeah, Orlando is a great place, but you gotta win. And that's the biggest thing. We need to win, and to attract great players. Great players want to win, and so we got to do our part to get back on that winning side of the top or table. You know what I mean? So we can have that talk and step up to the big dogs. Like, all right, well, come here, man. We gonna win. We got water. You know what I mean? We got palm trees. It's warm out here.
It's warm. Yeah, you got the water. Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? So
Walt Disney, you got good. Walt Disney World over there for those. Well. I guess that's a real recruiting ship if you're trying to get Brooke and Robin Lopez over there. They love.
Yeah, the Walt Disney's probably not a big sell unless they got kids or something like that. Yeah, kids, but it's we just got to get back on the winning side of things to be able to recruit. Because it is a great place to live. It's a great place to be, but you know, everything would be sweeter when we're winning.
Who's the funniest guy on the team?
Oh man, we got some funny dudes, man. We got Jarrell Martin. Jarrell Martin is super funny. So he was in my high school draft class, and I think he got drafted in Memphis. I think.
Yeah.
And now he's with us. He's hilarious, man. Louisiana dude, real southern with it. And so, and him and DJB, you know, they have their little Louisiana vibe going together. You got Isaiah Briscoe, the young boy. He's real funny too.
Shout out Ivy,
Yeah, he's real funny too. We got a lot of funny guys on the team, man.
How do you blend in because California folks are real, like, kind of laid back.
Yeah, we're super laid back.
Yeah, super laid back. You doing that right now. Like, how do you blend in with a lot of the Southern cats and the Southern draw, and you know, just you got a good mix of players. You know, Jonathan Simmons. Jonathan's from.
He's from Texas.
Yeah, from Texas. Yeah, he's from South too. Yeah, that's right.
So we got a lot of East Coast dudes and a lot of Southern dudes. It's an interesting mix. You know, it's an interesting mix. But really, my dad's family is from Oklahoma, and then they grew up in Dallas and then moved to LA. So
yeah, West Side. All right.
So they're all Southern people. They're Southern folks too. So that's you know, I understand it, man. I get the lingo.
Yeah, no, I see it. You. It's like, and I'm going to this. I'm putting you on the spot again, AG. We sidestepping to music, man. We sidestepping music. Now check this out. When a player makes the Hall of Fame, they've usually put in close to 10 plus years of dominance to get that accolade. To be recognized as one of the greatest. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, I'm right. All right.
Sure.
Okay, I'm right.
That's correct.
Okay, that's correct. I hope you say that on this next one now.
All right.
So in music, right? You know, they talk about the best rapper of all time.
Yeah.
I have my opinions, and I kind of compare this to Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson was one of the best greatest running backs of all time, but he only played a couple seasons and got hurt.
Right.
But he's not recognized as the greatest.
Okay.
You see where I'm going with this, AG?
Yeah, but he could have been.
He could have been. But he wasn't.
Right.
But when we talk about the greatest rapper of all time,
it's different.
What's the one person they say?
Biggie. Yeah.
Biggie. But AG, 2 albums.
Right.
2 albums. That's it.
Classics.
It's classics though, AG.
Yeah.
But it's 2 albums.
Yeah.
It's like Bo Jackson. It's couple of dominant seasons, and unfortunately, he went out with his.
Yeah.
So, when you talking, do you see my analogy right there, or did that make sense? Do you still agree with me?
Oh man, I can't agree with you on that one, man. I can't agree with you on that one. I think music and sports is different, man.
Why?
Music and sports is different.
Why? We're talking about.
We're not watching Bo Jackson highlights every day.
But AG, we're talking about part of greatness is longevity, correct? We have to see if you can withstand the test of time.
I don't know. I don't even know if greatness is part of longevity.
Okay.
You know, you could just have a miracle in an instant flash, and that would be considered great.
You know what it'd be considered? One-hit wonder. That's what it'd be considered. Not greatness. One-hit wonder. You put it's about
Soulja Boy, you know what I mean? He had the
hold
that's
on.
not greatness,
AG, hold on.
I'm agreeing with you on that, bro. I'm agreeing with you on that. The one-hit wonder is that's not greatness.
That's not greatness.
That's not greatness.
But I just want to see what you thought. You coming from the West, I thought I'd have some backing on that.
Yeah, man. I mean, you got to understand, like, the Biggie Small, all the man, that was like Bible. And I'm coming from San Jose, California, bro. That's all the way from Brooklyn. That's the reason all the way across.
I understand.
That's like even, let's see, like 50 Cent. I think that's a great rapper, bro.
You putting 50 up there, huh?
Yeah.
My brother will love you for that, man.
He's a great rapper.
He's a great rapper, huh?
He's a great rapper.
Oh boy.
And then Andre 3000.
Yes.
Andre 3000. That's one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
He comes off the wall with it. And then I'm gonna just go with Kendrick.
Kendrick, for sure. Okay.
Kendrick is on another level. So I got Biggie, 50, Andre 3000, Kendrick, and then I put M in there because I was
I
you
have
know what I mean?
I have no problem with that list except for one, but I'll leave it alone.
You don't like 50, huh?
I didn't say all that.
I already know.
I didn't say all like that. But we talking about lyricists here, right here, AG. And 50 had a time, man. Don't forget.
50 was about the life, though, bro.
He was about the life, but he had one of the baddest producers ever.
Yeah.
Touching the instrumentals, man. Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
I mean that definitely helped. But I ain't gonna say too much about 50 because I love Power. I got a Power guest coming on later in the month, so I can't go there.
Right.
So I'll let you. But I'm about to let you go a little bit, AG. But I want to touch on a few more things. When you see, let me see, what is his name? Victor Oladipo.
Mm-hmm.
He went from OKC. Started in Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Orlando, OKC, then Indiana. Mm-hmm. He kind of like found his game or whatever.
It's his home.
Okay, but what was it about? Like, because there are certain players who, once they leave and they go to different areas, like, did they get better? Was it the right situation? Like, what is it for most times when situations like that occur?
Yeah, well, Victor was a beast in Orlando.
He wasn't an all-star, though.
Definitely wasn't an all-star. But he wasn't playing with other all-stars either.
Yeah, okay.
So, like, that's the biggest thing, man. Vic left, and then he went to OKC, and he got to play with Russ.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Russ put that motor in his bag.
Mm.
He didn't have a great year at OKC.
Yeah.
He was playing okay. But he got to play with and against Russ every single day, and that's going to get you better. Iron sharpens iron. And once he got out to Indiana, plus he already been to school in Indiana for 2-3 years. Yeah. He came home. That's a homecoming for him on a whole different level.
I didn't even take that into consideration.
Man, his mentality's, that's home for him. So now he's killing. He saw what Hustle Westbrook was doing.
Yeah.
And he turned into a different animal.
I didn't even think about that. Just the comfort of being home, just feeling, I didn't even think about that.
You got love.
You said he played with Westbrook, and you're one of those guys in the summer. You'll be in LA playing pickup with all the all the players.
Yeah.
How beneficial is that? Because some guys, they don't want to play with them in the summer. I think Giannis said something like that. He was like, he had the chance to play with KD and them. He was like, nah, I'm trying to beat them. I'm not working out with them. Like, how beneficial is that to play with your peers? UCLA a lot of times.
Man, it's huge. It's huge. Just keeping your game sharp. That's the biggest thing. You can do drills and drills and drills and drills and reps. But as long as they're not game reps and playing the actual game of basketball, you're not going to get as good as you can. You know what I mean? So playing against those guys. And it's a confidence thing, man. Everybody in the gym is confident. Everybody got the swagger right. It's the off season. Everybody got that glow. You know what I mean? Everything's feeling good.
Yeah, there's freedom. Like you ain't got somebody restricting your game.
Exactly. Exactly.
I know how I feel.
Yeah, you get to play your game. You have to kill it. You know what I mean? It's fool's gold though, but it's fun, man.
Yeah.
It's a part. That's a part of basketball. It's a part of getting better at basketball.
So who has the best who has the best run? Because you're in LA and you're in New York at the spot where Carmelo works out in Jersey.
Yeah.
Who has the best runs?
Man, I would say it's hard to say. I'm gonna go LA.
Okay.
LA probably has the best runs.
All right.
The spot in New York with Chris Brickley, he hell of a trainer.
Shout out to Brickley. Yep.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Brickley. It's just one court.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? LA, there's like 3-4 courts going on. So there's a lot more people, more run, more action. But in New York, the players come. Sure.
Yeah, no, that's what's up. Will we get? Do you want a rematch with LaVine? Is that ideal?
I feel like he will do it in Chicago.
Okay.
Actually, he won it twice already. He don't need to do it no more.
But if you're in it, and if that's what everybody is craving for, you don't think he'll come through?
Maybe I talked to him.
We gotta make that happen. Cause like seriously, I was telling you, I was pissed, man. When I was like, that should have been. They should have called it off.
Yeah.
And set it up for next year.
Right.
Let's see who the real.
Right.
But you're one of those guys. You definitely should be holding that hardware. Not that it's important to you, but I think, man, you're one of the best dunkers this game has ever seen.
Appreciate that.
And you're going to be, I'm not trying to minimize it. You're going to be better than that. You are better than that. You're a player in this league, and I wish you much success, man. And thank you, AG. Thank you for coming on, man.
Appreciate that.
That's real talk.
Yeah.
Come giving some West Coast love over here.
Oh yeah,
50 Cent, huh?
I'm telling you, man. You got to be.
Give me a lyric. Do a verse. Do a line. So let me see.
Man, I can't curse on this. You can't get $1 out of me.
Oh man. Okay. All right.
P-I-E-M-P.
Snoop. To me, Snoop made that on the remix. Made that hot, man. The way Snoop came on that.
Okay, now you putting me on game.
I'm gonna leave it alone. But no,
put me on game.
I respect it, man.
Yeah.
I respect it. Good luck with the rest of the season, AG.
Appreciate that, Chris.
All right, my guy. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're here in the Posted Up pod segment with the 559. My brother Mark Haynes, T Hall over there, Terrence Hall. We just had Aaron Gordon here, man, sitting down, and you looking Aaron Gordon this right here with this jacket.
My man came through with the pea coat, so I had to represent with him. It's cold out here too, by the way.
Okay.
But, yeah, shout out to Aaron Gordon. Like the pea coat.
No, I think you like the fact that he thinks 50 Cent is one of the top 5 rappers, because you were saying the same BS a couple weeks ago.
This is where we get confused. Now, when I think of top 5, I don't know if I automatically put 50 in there, but he's one of my favorite. But what I believe, he did come out with the greatest debut album ever. And in the words of De'Aaron Fox, it's no debate.
T Hall, your thoughts on that? The greatest debut album
Ever.
As far as numbers go, or just as far as quality?
From start to finish.
It was a start to finish album.
It sure was.
It was a start to finish album. But I don't know. I gotta do my research to see. I know Snoop dropped. He came out hard. It's different people that came out.
Eminem came out hard.
Not his first CD. Not his first.
Not Marshall Mathers.
That wasn't his first. His second CD.
No, his first one.
Second album.
Second. It was the second album.
Okay.
The first one was cool, but it wasn't the second one. The second one is the I believe it's the Slim Shady one. But it's the second one.
But my thing is this, 50 is great in his own right. But when I think about the greatest rappers, I'm thinking about the greatest lyricists.
Right.
Me too.
50's nowhere near that, near that higher echelon. And don't discount the fact that I'm gonna tell you right now, he was working with the greatest, arguably the greatest producer of all time.
Right.
In Dr. Dre.
Greatest figure in hip hop.
Okay, and so do you think that helped him? I mean,
for sure.
Well, look, man, in the club, man, we talking about. It was the beat more so in the club than the actual lyrics of what he had to say.
True.
I mean, the video is dope too. It started off, he's hanging from the ceiling, doing sit-ups in jail.
And then Dr. Dre, Eminem, like
that's
real doctors.
Pretty dope. Yeah,
like
that
they had him
it's
in
a
the lab.
collaboration.
Hey,
put him together in the lab.
If you put Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe together, what you gonna get? Greatness.
Okay.
That's all you did. You put 50, M, and Dre together, you get greatness.
Can you still put them together right now and get greatness?
Yeah.
You put 2 of them together.
You put all 3 of them together. Greatness. Or we talk about Kobe, LeBron, Jordan.
No, I ain't going there. But Aaron touched on some things. He talked about he actually broke it right here on Posted Up. He's going to be in the dunk contest in Chicago, 2020.
That's big.
That's
big.
2020.
That is big.
2020 vision.
I feel like, and he didn't take it like he wasn't feeling like down about that loss he had. Like, do you remember that first match of him and Zach? How did you feel like?
I thought he won when he sat down in the air. That's never been done before. He sat down in the air and dunked it, bro. So by that alone, it was over. So
you thought he beat LaVine?
I thought he beat LaVine, that one for sure. So I understand why he didn't get mad, because he knew he won. Sometimes the best player guy don't always win, but he knew.
For me, he won.
Sometimes the second place guy becomes a winner based off of, you know what I mean?
The people's
outcry,
champ.
the people champ. And now he's the people champ.
He's definitely the people's champ. The reason I think he won, that was, to me, that was like, arguably the greatest dunk ever. But when he brought the mascot out and had him spinning on the hoverboard, did the Statue of Liberty 360, and then the very next dunk Zach LaVine did was the same thing without a mascot. Yeah. So if you bringing in something that makes the thing a little more difficult,
high degree of difficulty.
How could it be equal 50 as his?
I understand, and I think the reason, like, I'm not gonna go out there and bash LaVine because he's one of the best dunkers of all time. But I think the way in which Zach glides through the air, I think it just looks
beautiful.
Prettier. Yeah, it's beautiful, looks prettier.
Finesse.
To people's finesse. And Aaron Gordon's like 6'8", 6'8", 6'9". Mm-hmm. And I think that's what people look at like, this is a big man. You know what I mean? Like that kind of disrupt. But I felt he was robbed. I don't feel he was robbed of the title. I felt he was robbed of the opportunity for it to be a draw, and we go into next year's All-Star and weekend and see what they can do.
But I don't think there's ever been a tie in the dunk contest.
It hasn't, but it's never been a situation like it was there in Toronto.
Well, except for that dunk.
Hey, we're not here to have ties, brother. We're trying to compete at the end of the day.
Man,
we got to choose a winner. Even though it might have been a bad choice, we can't be tying, though.
Hold on. But like he said, you don't prepare to do 8 or 9 dunks.
That's all that proved is Zach LaVine had more in his bag.
But it's not about that. I believe, and I don't remember the dunk. There's a cut on my mind, so forgive me for that. But I believe Zach did the same dunk twice, especially when it got to the later, like overtime.
That's a penalty. That's a penalty in itself.
It should be, but it wasn't.
It looks so good, and I'm not sure, so I don't know if I'm right.
All I know is he repeated the same dunk after AG.
That's always a knockoff.
You can't do the same dunk. Well, you can because
he did.
No knock, but Michael Jordan, he did from the free throw line.
He did from the free throw line. The first time he missed it back in the day.
Yeah.
And my brother, he always tell me that Dominique should have won that one.
Yeah, I mean, he did the same.
Dominique should have won that one.
Yeah. Wasn't that the first one? The first one with Dominique and Jordan?
It might have been the first. No, I don't know if it was the first one. No, Jordan didn't win the first one. Dominique won the first one when Jordan was still young.
Okay. Dominique should have won the other one too.
Yeah, he should have got one for sure.
You know what I mean?
Because you can't repeat dunks. If I'm judging.
Jordan went for the line twice, so the same thing with LaVine. You can't repeat dunks in a dunk contest, bro.
No, I get that, but it should have been a draw because at a certain point, like what Aaron was talking about, like going to All-Star Weekend is tiresome. Like you got all these obligations. Like they're being interviewed by a whole bunch of different people. They got endorsement deals, sponsorship events they got to attend to during that time. Right. So they only get a break. And so I had a problem with like, these are world-class athletic athletes, and you're asking them to go 3 and 4 extra rounds of they can get hurt. What if one of them got hurt?
And this their free time too.
This their free time. That's what I'm saying.
And that's penalizing the team.
And that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we're risking their health to make them go to rounds that we've never even ventured beyond before. This the first. That was unprecedented right there. Right. That's why I was like, stop it, man. These are 2 great dunkers. Let's save this for next year. I believe it was in New Orleans. And then that year he came out, and I remember he was hurt going into it.
Right.
Yeah.
And he wasn't the same. Like it wasn't, you know what I mean? Like he shouldn't have did that, man.
Yeah.
But
he's definitely the people's champ.
He's the people's champ, but we
can't do the rocks high.
But we need, if it's in Chicago. And I asked him.
And
I said,
LaVine's still in there.
And LaVine's still in.
You got to do it.
LaVine plays for Chicago. Like how can you not? Unless you're injured, unless you're dealing with some nagging injuries, how can you not play for the team? We
got to run that back.
He said, I'm coming to your city to take the crown.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
2020.
So shout out to Aaron Gordon coming breaking it on here. One more thing, he touched on was Orlando about how they have to win first before they can start even recruiting guys.
Right.
Which I think about just the Orlando Magic and haven't been in the playoffs in like forever. It's been a while.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I do think you got to win first, but once you start winning, start being competitive on a nightly basis, you got Orlando is not bad. You in Florida.
Yeah.
South Beach is in the same excuse me, same state. So once you start winning, recruiting will be a lot easier.
Yeah. Orlando is a nice. It's nice. I don't know about.
Hey, be honest, ain't no recruiting gonna help nobody go to Orlando. They're gonna have to be drafted there and be homegrown, groomed there, because ain't nobody going there as a free agent. If anything, people gonna be leaving. I hate to say it, I mean, because it's a good place, like you say, but I don't see it. Certain franchises where free agents just don't go.
Well, the one thing that Florida and Texas have the luxury of is no state tax.
Yeah.
And so that helps them in that regard. But still, you look at it, the big marquee free agents are typically going to the large markets, the stacked teams. But yeah, it's going to have to take homegrown talent. You got to draft well, and once you draft well,
and then you might lock up and get somebody that's disgruntled and want to be traded, like a Kawhi, and be shipped over there for a year and might like it. You never know.
Yeah, you got to play lucky. But no, Aaron Gordon was good, man. He's laid back. California dude
Cali kid.
From the Bay Area.
San Jose.
Yeah. From the Bay Area. Talking about he played the point guard. I didn't know that. Played the point guard?
Played the point guard all the way up until college?
Yeah.
Man, I didn't know that.
I had a friend in the Bay that said he used to play with him in like open gym. He didn't play with him, but open gym, he said he played like a guard.
Okay. You know, he's having a solid year. He's having around 15 points, maybe 7-8 boards a game. He's solid year for Atlanta, but they got a lot of work to do. They want to get to the higher echelon teams over there.
Right.
But AG, good guest, man. We appreciate him for coming on.
Yes, sir.
That was the 559. The posted up 7.